Hello everybody, welcome back to the video, and today I'm going to be ranking the surviving Scream characters by their likelihood of death. So, just in case you're a little confused by that, that means the one I think is the most likely to survive is at the bottom, and the most likely to die is at the top. This is going to be looking at everyone who survived a Ghostface encounter, because there is a huge chance that they could actually try to bring as many of them back for 7 as possible, that being the end of the current trilogy. I could see them wanting to do a sort of Avengers Endgame level event by bringing in all of the different survivors. So without further ado, let's get into this. So number 10 is Tara, played by Jenna Ortega. I could realistically see them wanting to save Tara for a maybe spinoff or a future trilogy. I could see them honestly wanting to do that, but considering the fact that she's becoming a big name and they seems like they want her involved and they want filming to start as soon as possible, I mean, it seems entirely likely that they want to use her in the movie, but the capacity, I'm not sure, but she could be a candidate for survival. That's really all I have to say when it comes to Tara. Number 9, Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell. Here's the thing, right? If the Scream 6 drama that surrounded Neve Campbell didn't go down, I would say, oh yeah, she definitely ain't gonna make it out of 7 alive. But they're gonna have to pay her a lot more money than they would have regularly because of the Scream 6 drama if Sidney is in this one. And I'm pretty sure Neve Campbell will write in the contract that Sidney is off the table for death. Or who knows, maybe she'll be the opening kill. Either way, I feel like Sidney will be safe. Next up is Chad, played by Mason Gooding. So, here's the thing, right? He's already had 2 extremely close near-death situations before, and 6 really seemed like they were actually going through with killing him. Glad they didn't. Out of the new characters, he's definitely my favorite of them. But, here's the thing. I think that if the new group of characters are supposed to represent older characters, Chad is probably supposed to represent Dewey. So I could honestly see him surviving. Same time, like any of these people, really, they could have him be the opening kill, because I do think that the opening kill for this one is going to mirror 3 by having it be a returning character. But I think Chad is a big enough fan favorite to where they won't kill him off. So yeah, I think he's safe. Number 7 is Kirby, played by Hayden Panettiere. Now, here's the thing, right? They made they hinted at her survival in 5. She showed up in 6. So, I mean, it's entirely possible that they could kill her off in 7, but I feel like she'll be one of the few survivors, because I actually think from here on, the chances of these people actually making it out of the movie are very low, honestly. I mean, 10 through 7, they could survive. The rest of them, honestly, I think all of these people could wind up dead by the end of the movie. So, yeah. Number 6 is Neil Prescott, played by Lawrence Hecht. Now, here's the thing with Neil Prescott. Is he still alive? Now, there was a deleted scene from Scream 4 that said that he was dead. But I'm gonna include him on the list because there's nothing in the actual movies to say that he's dead. It's a deleted scene. So, I mean, I'm just gonna say, there's a chance. That's why he's in the middle of the road. I'm not entirely sure what his fate is currently. Because if he's alive, he's a strong candidate for the opening kill. Would be a way to get Sidney involved. But ultimately, I don't know. It really comes down to what they're going to say about his character. And that really just brings up that none of these people are actually confirmed. A few of them have said they want to do it. But whether or not they're actually going to be in there is a whole separate matter. So let's move on to the top 5. Okay, so number 5, Sam, played by Melissa Barrera. Okay, so here's the thing, right? She is the new main character. However, it would be a huge subversion of expectations for them to kill her off in 5. But her story arc is pretty much done. It was coming to terms with the fact that Billy is her father, and it feels like that arc is wrapped up by the end of 6. So that could position her to make a sacrifice play to take down Ghostface or to protect some other characters. However, she could also just be completely insane in the next one and wind up being that movie's Ghostface. I don't know. But, yeah, she could honestly be one of the victims for this upcoming entry. All right, so number 4 is Danny, played by Josh Segarra. Honestly, I could see him dying as a way to get Sam involved. And I think there will be specific people that die to get the other main characters involved. And I could see Danny's death as how you get Sam involved. For Sydney, there's a few people, but Gale and Kirby will probably show up regardless. But if you kill Danny, that's how you definitely get Sam involved. So, honestly, the only reason is I don't think there's going to be that much of an emotional impact for the audience. That's why he's not in the top 3. Maybe if he's a late game kill, like they kind of positioned Mindy to be in 6, if they had actually went through with killing her, then maybe. But for now, I think that he's kind of 50-50 on him. Speaking of Mindy, number 3 is Mindy, played by Jasmine Savoy Brown. Honestly, right, I was shocked that she made it out of 6. But in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she's going to be a little cocky that she made it further than her uncle, and that's going to cause her to slip up and die in 7. I feel like that's the reason why 6 has a high rate of survival, is because that 7 is going to be an absolute bloodbath. But, I mean, by having Mindy, basically get cocky, that honestly, that could be an interesting way to end her character. But, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the runner-up. The runner-up, number 2 on this list, is Gale Weathers, played by Courtney Cox. The character that's the only character that's appeared in all of the movies, and one of 2 actors that's been involved in all the movies. The other one being Roger L. Jackson, the voice of Ghostface. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Gale is a high candidate for survival. There's 3 people on this list. And by saying that, number 1 is going to be that could get Sydney involved in the plot, and killing Gale could be how they get Sydney involved. But I could also see Gale being maybe the final kill that Ghostface makes in this movie. But ultimately, she's going to die for sure. Just, it's a question of when it's going to happen. Because 6, honestly, if she died during the apartment attack, she would have gotten one of the best death scenes in the series. Because that was... Actually, she might have gotten the best death scene. But either way, number 1 is Mark Kincaid, played by Patrick Dempsey. Okay, so why is he number 1? Because when I talked about Danny, I said there's not much of an audience investment. And really, it's the same case here, where it's, one movie. So why would it be a bigger shocker? Well, 1, this is unfortunately the most likely kill to get Sydney involved. Because if Ghostface kills Kincaid, who Sydney is married to, that would definitely get her involved. Right? Because after they kill Dewey, there's not many people that would be alive that would actually be able to do that. It's really just Kincaid at this point. Neil Prescott and Gale as well. But that's one thing. Two, I actually think he's going to be the opening kill, right? I've said this about a few characters throughout the video, but I think if there's anyone that could be the opening kill, it's Kincaid. Because he's a character the audience knows, but not, a huge character throughout the series, but one the audience knows that has attachment to the characters and has been involved in a previous spree. Plus, if my theory about it, and the general fan theory about Stu being Seven's ghost face, this would be sort of the biggest way Stu could start his murder spree, because he said, "I always had a thing for you, Sid." I know, not a great Matthew Lillard impression, but, by him killing Kincaid, that would cause a huge emotional scar to Sidney. So that's why I think Kincaid is going to be the most likely character to die in Scream 7. That's it for this video. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.